Luxembourg might be one of the smallest countries in Europe, but crikey, don't let its size fool you. This little gem packs a massive punch when it comes to history, culture, and jaw-dropping scenery. Tucked right between Belgium, France, and Germany, Luxembourg feels like a mix of all three. But at the same time, it's got its own unique vibe that makes it seriously worth a visit. So, let's dive into the best places to check out in this beauty of a country. First up, the capital city, Luxembourg City. This place is wild because it's literally built on cliffs and deep gorges, giving it the nickname Gibraltar of the North. You'll see the old fortress walls wrapped around the city, and even though most of them are ruins now, they still look epic. The Old Town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which means it's properly protected for its historical importance. Strolling through the cobblestone streets, you'll find gorgeous squares, cafes spilling onto the streets, and grand buildings like the Grand Ducal Palace, which is basically the royal family's crib. If you're into big fancy churches, the Notre Dame Cathedral is another spot that'll knock your socks off. And don't skip the Bock casemates. These underground tunnels go back to the 1600s and are like a massive maze carved into rock. It feels like stepping into a real-life medieval adventure. From the capital, head north into the Ardennes, where you'll find one of Luxembourg's most famous castles, Vianden Castle. This fortress is straight out of a fairy tale. Sitting high on a hill, it looks down over the River Our and the little village below. Built between the 11th and 14th centuries, it's one of the biggest and prettiest feudal castles in Europe. You can wander through its halls, towers, and banquet rooms, and if you rock up in summer, you might even catch one of their medieval festivals. There's sword fighting, costumes, music, the whole lot. And the town of Vianden itself is cozy and picturesque, with old bridges, tiny cafes, and a chairlift that gives you a cracking view of the whole valley. Let's move to Mullerthal region, nicknamed Little Switzerland. This area is a paradise for hikers, with thick forests, dramatic rock formations, waterfalls, and hidden caves. The Mullerthal Trail is one of the best walking tracks in Europe, with paths that take you past massive sandstone cliffs, tiny stone bridges, and streams that sparkle in the sunlight. It's perfect if you want to swap city vibes for nature and just breathe in the fresh air. Along the way, you'll also find little villages where you can grab a hearty meal or taste some local wine. Now, if you're keen for a more modern side of the country, head to Kirchberg in Luxembourg City. This district is packed with futuristic buildings like the Philharmonie Concert Hall, which looks like a giant pipe organ on the outside. You've also got the Museum Museum, a modern art space with wild exhibitions and loads of shopping centres if you fancy a spree. Kirchberg shows that Luxembourg isn't just stuck in the past, it's also buzzing with contemporary life. For a more chilled-out vibe, the Moselle Valley is a must. This region sits along the border with Germany, and it's all rolling vineyards and peaceful riverside villages. Winemaking here goes back to Roman times, and the area is famous for its crisp white wines and sparkling créments. You can visit local wineries, taste the wines, and enjoy the stunning landscapes while cruising along the Moselle River. Towns like Remisch are perfect for a lazy afternoon, with riverfront walks, cafes, and boat tours. Another cool spot is Clervaux, a small town that feels straight out of a postcard. It's surrounded by forested hills and dominated by Clervaux Castle, which now houses exhibitions, including the famous photography display, The Family of Man. This collection of black and white photos was put together by Edward Steichen and is considered one of the most important photo exhibitions ever made. There's also a peaceful abbey nearby, where monks still live and chant daily prayers. It's a calming escape if you're after a quiet moment. And finally, don't miss Esch-sur-Sûre, a tiny village tucked into a bend of the Sûre River. The village is overlooked by the ruins of a medieval castle perched on a hilltop, and the whole place looks like a fairy tale scene. It's especially beautiful at sunset when the light hits the river and the old stone walls. If you're into outdoor activities, the Esch-sur-Sûre Nature Park is right here too, with hiking trails, swimming spots, and even places to go kayaking. So, while Luxembourg might not be the first country that comes to mind for a European holiday, it's honestly a hidden treasure. From grand castles and ancient traditions to lush forests and world-class wine, this little country has something for everyone. Whether you're chasing history, culture, or just some time in nature, Luxembourg delivers in spades.